Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I have a build to show you that I like to call Windswept. So without further ado, let's get into it. So right off the bat, I'd like to get you guys started with all the talent cards used for this build. I will be showing every single one of them. It's going to be sped up. If you need to slow it down, you can just slow it down in your YouTube settings. So here we go. Now, besides the obvious meta-relevant talents like Exoskeleton, Chronostasis, Speed Demon, Bear Trap, all that good stuff, the things that you really need for this build is essentially everything in your element, because Gale Breath is very, very hard to play without the elemental card shutting down your enemies. And you're also going to need Dazing Finisher. It's an extremely good card in general, not just for this build. Anyways, let's move over to the stats. Now, this build only has a 103 health HP kit, and the health ain't looking so good, and the reason for that is I did my Fortitude pre-shrine to end up getting more curve blade damage. This build isn't exactly a glass cannon, but it definitely does have less health than normal. I could get a better HP kit, and it could probably easily have 500, but the health is manageable. Got 22 posture, pretty low, but I do have stronghold, so that helps out a lot. 403 ether, which is higher than normal, which is really good. 140 tempo, which isn't bad. 27 elemental armor, and 39 physical armor, that is including exoskeleton. Now for my weapon, I obviously have curve blade. This one has 1-star pen on it, though it doesn't really matter what you have on it, it's a curve blade for crying out loud. Tonga's clutch ring, because it's just really good for catching anybody trying to run around in ganks. And then I just have damage increaser rings for the rest of my slots. Anyways, moving on to my bell, I actually did get teleportation, which was pretty crazy that I pulled this. It was actually in my first hand, and I even said to myself, I'm getting teleportation today. And it happened, just there, my first hand, not even the Yunshore reroll. So, I actually do things with this bell besides just running when there's like 8 people on me. I take Blizzard Knights to ganks, and I like rip people with Blizzard Knights. So if you guys want to see a video on that, make sure to like this video, subscribe to show some support, and maybe I can get that out. One thing I almost forgot to mention was my enchants, which I have Drowned for more health, Ferocity because it's really good because I usually have high tempo, and Displacement because I occasionally like catching people off guard after their dodge and they think they have the hit, and even though they do get the hit, I get a hit back with Speed Demon proc, so usually it's in my favor. The very last thing is the stats for the build, and I'll put those up on screen now, pre-shrine and post-shrine. All you really gotta be worried about is getting Dazing Finisher, Old Habits Die Hard, things like that. But other than that, it's a fairly simple pre-shrine and post-shrine to make fairly soon. Now, for the fighting style of this build, it's obvious that it's a curve blade, right? So you got a lot of these close-up mantras like Gale Lunge, Wind Curve, Astral Wind. Very good close-up mantras. But we also have mantras that are distant, like Wind Passage. It's very good for getting away from your enemy in order to use something like Pillars of Arisia or Judgment. So it really can create some space, especially fighting Silent Hearts. I know how difficult it is, but Wind Passage really does the job. Not only that, but if you didn't know, if you jump with Wind Passage while using Wind Passage, it can't be blocked for whatever reason. But a combo we have with these back 3 mantras, or should I say back 2, is you can use Pillars of Arisia into Judgment. Now, as you see, it's not the easiest thing to land, and sometimes you have to do a little side tech. It's definitely easier to land when you're against a wall. But for front mantras, you know, you fake Gale Lunge into Gale Lunge, stuff like that. If somebody dodges, I prefer you guys use Wind Curve because it's just such a good mantra. Not only pre-dodge, but post-dodge, people will just get hit by it because they always think they have the right-of-way in terms of a parry trade. So that's why Wind Carve is a really good Gale mantra and definitely underused. All these other mantras, you know how to use them. Besides Lloyd Slice, it's another distance mantra. Occasionally the Wayward actually works and it actually pulls me towards them. And when that happens, I just go into an Astral Wind or Phantom Gale Lunge. But that is basically it for the fighting style of this build. And now I'm gonna show you guys a few clips, so I'll see you guys there.